Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm gonna be giving you part 73 of Uchiha Naruto the Sage. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out Anime King, my main channel. If this is the first time hearing of it, go ahead and check it out. And if you do enjoy the 600 plus what ifs over there, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join Anime King and be a part of the channel. So I post a new episode of What If Naruto was trained to be a mercenary, and I also post a new episode of What If Naruto went missing for 4 years. So go ahead and check those out. And after this, on this channel, I'm going to be posting Naruto, the God of Shinobi. So stay in tune for that on Anime King 2. And remember, if you're new to Anime King 2, what are you waiting for guys? Go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join the Anime King 2 family and be a part of the channel. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, to do a bit of a recap, the last time we left off, both Naruto and Sasuke are going around the nation as Sasuke has become like a bodyguard to Naruto. But Naruto cut his trip short when he heard what happened. Karin has been secretly developing weapons behind Naruto's back, weapons that are very powerful, as Oniki got his hands on one of the weapons, and he used that weapon to destroy 5 of Naruto's trains, killing 500 innocent people. As Naruto was pissed, he told Karin to go over there and get her stuff back, as Karin was scared, as she knew that Oniki wouldn't give her anything, but Naruto told her to go ahead and get it back. As Naruto told her to tell Oniki that he will be coming, because he will not let this go unpunished. Oniki thinks that everything is cool, because Naruto has been in his capital and not shown his face, but Naruto said it is time for him to get off the sidelines. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the playlist and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. This episode starts 3 days after the destruction of the trains, killing the 500 innocent people. 500 innocent people. That is a great casualty, Emperor. I am surprised that you haven't yet turned your sights on the stone village. This cannot go without being punished, said Gaara as he looked at Naruto. As Gaara was sitting around a table with Konan, Kodoro, Mei, and Heisuke. Nagato was not here. It seemed that he was dealing with important matters in the Rain Village. Yes, this cannot go without punishment, said Mei. I agree, said Kodoro, as he and Heisuke were one of the generals in Naruto Special Army. I agree with Kodoro, Heisuke said firmly. Those people were supposed to be safe in our trains. True, we cannot always protect them outside of the country, but the trains are ours and it is our responsibility. Kodoro, what is the situation in the city of Sound? Naruto asked, as Kodoro controlled the army and he was a Jonin commander. We have brought calm and everything is stable. I have sent some of my strongest men to the city for now. The people are waiting for their majesty presence to show them that they are safe, he reported. The people are waiting for me? Are these people waiting for me to show my presence? Or are you saying that it is best for me to go down there and tell them that everything is safe? Kodoro didn't stutter. Both, he said firmly. I would believe that it would be good if you visit the city and calm them. What more calm is needed? Didn't you just say you brought calm and things are stable in the city? The Emperor asked. Konan was the one that spoke. Even in the capital, people are unrest. They aren't happy about the number of deaths that happened. Some are even demanding that the Emperor do something about the issue. Naturally, no one will dare come into this palace, but I have a few guests at the Crystal Palace. However, it would only be a matter of time before they do something stupid. Gaara then spoke. If the Emperor is so high and mighty, why don't you just go and do something about the stone village? Maybe he doesn't care about us. Maybe he doesn't care about this village. Those are some of the responses I hear going through the village, said Gaara. Oh, said Naruto. Who do these people think they are? Do they have an opinion? I have gone for too long and remained quiet. Now they think that I have weakened. They think that they have a say in it, Naruto said. Heisu then spoke. A lot of people haven't seen your power at first hand. The only people in this room was able to see your majesty's power. The others just hear over rumor, and now they are doubting those rumors. I see, said Naruto, as he went quiet for a moment. I see, he said. Conan, go and get the report from Shinji about the insolent fools who are having thoughts of rebellion. I want them removed from the capital by the time I get back. Such people live here? Gar was surprised, as he never knew people here would try and rebel. Yes, Naruto said. And since you people are insisting, we will head to the stone village and fetch Oniki. Heisuk, have Shinji rush his report and get Nayo. We will depart for the stone village. Are we going to fight? Heisuk asked. Naruto shook his head. Not in the stone village. I will handle things with Oniki. What will happen to the stone village? Gaara asked. Even though Oniki needs to be punished, he didn't want mass destruction over the land. I am just going to remove Oniki as the Kage and replace him with Kurosaki. With her in charge, we will no longer have the people as our enemy. Naruto said as he stood up. Me, the palace is yearn to explore. Conan, request the Kazekage help you out in rooting out the insects. The rest of you, meet me at the city of sound in an hour. He was then gone in black flames. A while later, a distance away from the stone village gate, the time of reckoning has arrived, Naruto said, as the guards saw him a distance away, as Naruto stood there with his 4 generals behind him, 2 on his left and 2 on his right. They are coming, said Shinji, as he sensed hundreds of soldiers coming towards him. After I have crashed into the village, you 4 will wreck the barrier of the stability for holding things in and out, said Naruto. Now, stand back. I wish to show them my presence, he said, as he snapped his finger and his 4 generals went back. A clone carrying his truth-seeking balls appeared. The balls were annoyance as they were always on standby, as they had no off switch, and he didn't really like going around carrying them at all times. To deal with the problem, he always allowed them to follow a clone and send the clone to his core dimension. When needed, he just had to summon the clone. The clone then poofed away as the balls went behind him. Naruto then held up his right hand as 5 of the truth-seeking balls formed a circle in his palm as they started to spin. He then blinked away as he appeared in front of the gate. You bastard, one of the guards said as he quickly pulled out a kunai. Judgment of the omnipresent sage, said Naruto, as the balls lit out a white blinding light that literally sliced the village in half. Anything that was in way was turned to ashes. As if you look up above, the village was now divided right in the middle as it burst through the back of the village. Naturally, panic invaded the villagers and all hell broke loose. Naruto then flew up in the air as he crashed down into the village. Nothing worked better than starting things with a bang, Naruto said, as his 4 generals flashed beside him as they were all stunned by the jutsu their majesty just released. That was something like a Biju bomb that blasted straight through the village, creating a path. All the civilians were looking around as the dust hid Naruto and his general, so the people had to wait till the dust cleared. When it finally cleared down, it's the Emperor! He has come to do what he did to Konoha! As everyone started to freak out, as all of them started to run for their lives. Within minutes, the streets was clear of the civilians, and shinobi of the stone village surrounded the 5 of them. As Oniki came out, as it looked like they have been preparing for this day. This is quite the welcome, Aso said as they looked around. As Shinshin nodded, I only wish that the Majesty would allow us to take part in this party. It seems that it will be fun given that Oniki is ready for the challenge. A pity the Majesty won't give us any of the fun, said Neo, shaking his head, as Kodoro just remained silent. While his generals talked like he wasn't present, Naruto just stared up into the sky, ignoring everything around him. What did he want in this corrupted world of shinobi? What was he living for? His grandfather may be a twisted psychopath, but at least he had a dream. Minato had his dream. Hashirama had his dream. Everyone had a dream. But what about me? He was Uchiha Naruto the sage. The only true sage living in this world. But yet, he still didn't have a dream. But now, destruction is the only way to let Oniki understand. If he wouldn't understand by listening, only destruction will make him listen. Oniki looked at the destruction that the Emperor had brought with just one jutsu. How can this man do something like this? The jutsu that he released has caused much destruction, scared his people, and killed some. You haven't changed at all, Oniki said as he looked down at the Emperor. You always charge straight into enemy territory, thinking that your power will be enough to overwhelm them. Naturally, this behavior makes you predictable, and so we can prepare a battle strategy. As it was a little surprising that he brought 4 people, but at least he didn't bring Nagato or Sasuke, as if it was them, they know that it wouldn't be good. Disappear, Naruto said to his subordinates as they vanished. Don't even bother looking for them, they won't get in the way. The only thing you have to worry about is me, said Naruto. Still full of yourself, said Oniki bitterly. While this was better for him, it still bothered them that he looked on them with this amount of disrespect. I am a Kage and he think he alone can take this entire village along with me, Oniki said to himself as he looked at Naruto. I have to say, said Naruto, I am rather disappointed that you joined civilian life in your battle with me. Those people hadn't do anything and you killed them. I am not going to get in that kind of conversation with you, said Oniki, but just for the sake of it, I am not heartless like you. I just did what I thought was necessary for the shinobi world, and in this world, sacrifices have to be made. Who gave you the right to sacrifice people, Oniki? You even went far to kill people of another country. Enough of this, said Oniki. You even refuse to reason with me, Naruto said as he shook his head. Fine then, let the Retribution game begin. As he was just going to see what these people have in plan for him, the truth-seeking boss disappeared as his eye glowed a bit. Almighty push! A loud explosion rocked through the street, destroying a few buildings as a crater was under Naruto. After the smoke disappeared and the dust, kunais were sent at him from all angles as they were all marked with explosive tags. The tags then went off as red flames engulfed the area, causing the shinobis to jump back. When the flames died down, Naruto was completely unharmed, standing in the crater with his hands folded across his chest. The ground then started to shake as hands break out of the ground and grabbed onto his feet, as earth spikes were coming towards Naruto, as they wanted to use the Rinnegan so that 5-second time can be up. So, Oniki could use his particle style and disintegrate Naruto, and if he used the Rinnegan to blow everything away, they would just use a gap in the jutsu to attack him. But Naruto simply slammed his feet on the ground as a wooden dome appeared around him, blocking all the earth spikes. Inside of the dome, earth hands breathed out as they wrapped around Naruto. Then red symbols appeared everywhere as it started to light up and it exploded. As Naruto flew out of the explosion, his kimono burned, but he perfectly unharmed. When he landed back down to the ground, Earth arms came out of the ground and grabbed his legs as red symbols started to appear around him as he was frozen for a second. As this gave him enough time as shinobis appear at his side and grab both of his arms as they bind it with shackles. They then jumped back and made their distance as Naruto's arms were stretched out. His feet were still bound by the Earth arms. Oniki could only smirk. As you see, we were prepared to handle you, as the Emperor was on defense and it was a matter of time before they landed a devastating hit. It seems that way, but they must be ready by now, Naruto said as he looked out of nowhere. Then a red barrier appeared around the 100 of shinobis, along with Oniki and him inside. What's going on? Oniki said as he looked around, as one of his men walked up to the barrier and touched it, and he was burned alive. Communication with the outside is cut off, said one of the shinobis to Oniki, as Oniki gritted his teeth. So you came here with a plan. These few hundred will compensate for the hundreds that you killed, Naruto said. Do you think you can kill all of us? Said Oniki. It is not a matter of thought. I can. As everyone felt a power source and everything that was binding Naruto broke free as he snapped his finger and the clone that was carrying his truth-seeking orbs appeared and they went behind him. Amaterasu, Naruto said as the place lit up with black flames. Naruto then rushed towards Oniki with a speed that none of them could react, as Naruto and Oniki was enveloped by the black truth-seeking orbs. As Naruto left one truth-seeking orb out there. Shh, said Naruto, you're going to want to hear this. As Oniki's soldiers had nowhere to run, they couldn't fly and they couldn't touch a barrier or they would be burned. So the Amaterasu was coming towards them. But the truth-seeking orb that was in the center of everything started to glow white as it then exploded with a bang as Oniki felt the explosion rock the thing that he was in, but none of the explosion hurt him or anything like that. The cocoon that Oniki and Naruto was in opened up as Oniki's eyes went wide. All of his soldiers were dead as Oniki realized that he has done something wrong, a terrible mistake. Naruto didn't even fight them. He just caused mere destruction and wiped out the armies. He didn't even use all of his power, as Oniki knew that he made a grave mistake. I am feeling merciful today. I wanted to crush this entire village for what you've done. But no, I am just going to kill a few hundred people and destroy some things. And also, I will crush you for the murders. As the ground started to break open and 15 shinobis rised up as Oniki smirked, knowing that they buried themselves deep underground to survive the attack. I will make you pay for this, Naruto, said Oniki as he looked towards Naruto. Naruto tilted his head. You, Oniki, make me pay? For what exactly? You're the one that provoked me and killed hundreds of my civilians. Is it not right for I to punish you after I warned you to do not do such actions? I never walked into your country and caused this much damage. However, do you think you can survive after all my shinobis attack you second after second? As Naruto looked around the barrier, as thousands of shinobis were gathered around it. Particle style, Oniki said, but Naruto disappeared as he appeared few feet away from Oniki, as the rest of the forces that were inside the barrier rushed towards Oniki's side to protect him. I have studied your fighting style, and I know exactly how to fight you, said Oniki with a smirk. Ninjutsu is useless against you, but nature energy is something else. As Naruto spoke, I didn't think that you had someone that could possess nature energy. Naturally, you need a summon, but Hashirama was able to gather nature energy without a summon. I won't get into detail, said Oniki, but things will get different from now on. As a man stepped forward, He had dark hair as he was wearing complete black. As his shirt was ripped, he had muscles all over. As he slammed his hand together, as he started to concentrate as he closed his eyes. As Naruto saw a brown aura surround him, the man then vanished at top speed as he appeared in front of Naruto. As he punched Naruto in the chest, sending Naruto into the ground. As when the smoke cleared, Naruto had a smirk on his face. Pain, he said to himself. This is actually going to be interesting. As he got to his feet, as the man rushed towards Naruto with incredible speed, as Naruto was a bit amazed, but he couldn't waste time, as the rest of Oniki's soldiers were just waiting for the opportunity of the delay in his Rinnegan so they can attack. The black-haired man seemed to know about the sharingan as he disappeared in front of Naruto and appeared behind him. He then disappeared again as he appeared beside him and did a roundhouse kick straight towards Naruto's temple. Naruto caught the kick with both of his hands as a shock pushed him back slightly, but he was still holding the man's foot. You're using your hands, the man said, as he noticed that Naruto wasn't using his hands a minute ago, but now he has brought them out to play. The situation required that I do so. I never said anything about not raising them. I just merely don't like to use them against foolish children. That means I am doing something right then, the man said. Naruto didn't respond as two shinobis flashed behind him as they were really close to their sword, trying to take the advantage of him holding the man. Naruto spun around as he threw the heavy man into the other two as they crashed into each other. It was then a shinobi came out of the ground. Naruto simply stepped in his face, letting him go back in the ground, as two shinobis then flashed above him. As Naruto didn't do hand sign as he just spit out fireball jutsu, as it consumed the shinobis that were on top of him, burning them to ash. 3 more shinobis were on him again, as Naruto muttered, "Almighty push," and sent them all flying away. His real opponent was on him again, his right foot coming towards Naruto's head. Naruto ducked under the kick, but he couldn't attack because as he ducked, a clone of Oniki burst from under the ground with his hands together, particle style, atomic dismantle jutsu, as this happened within seconds. But Naruto disappeared in a black flash. As he appeared a few feet away, his opponent was on him in seconds. As Naruto caught his fist, "You're fast," said Naruto. "Yes, I trained my body far into taijutsu, and I know the abilities of your sharingan, and with my speed, I am able to predict your sharingan. Are you suggesting that you can compete with me?" Naruto asked. "Amaterasu," he said, as the man wasn't fast enough for that as Naruto was holding on to his fist, as he was set ablaze. As he then heard something behind him. "I haven't killed all of you yet," he said, as he looked at the other soldiers. Naruto then slammed his feet on the ground. Mokiton, deep forest burst, as a forest emerged from the ground, killing most of them, sucking out their chakra. As Oniki was floating, "It should be ready now," said Oniki, as he ran through hand sign, summoning jutsu, and a mechanical weapon appeared in a puff of smoke. As Naruto frowned, they rebuilt Karin's weapon. The machine stood like a machine gun. One big chakra cannon launcher. Oniki smirked. "This is our trump card. What you don't know, this weapon has been gathering natural energy since you came. No man in my village can absorb natural chakra, but this can. This is why I didn't want Karin building weapons." As Naruto was shocked, he didn't know that Karin weapon could do something like this. But there was a smile on his face so you wouldn't know that he was shocked. "I will meet you in hell, Uchiha," said Oniki as he pushed the red button. The weapon then shot a white beam towards Naruto. As the beams then break apart, and they came at Naruto from all angles. Truth-seeking balls will take too long to summon. There is no point of using a perfect Susanoo. The beam then teared through the forest as they exploded, collided with Naruto. Oniki merely watched dust as everything started to settle down. as he wanted to see the result of his trump card. When everything finally cleared, Oniki and the man outside of the weapon, all of them were shocked. Naruto was still breathing. The weapon had enough power to destroy an entire village, and they focused all the nature energy on one man, and he was still alive. As Naruto was on his knees, his kimono tore up. Holes were in his stomach as blood was gushing out, but they quickly filled up as his body healing was quick. As Naruto wiped away the blood from his mouth, I haven't seen so much blood since the battle with Madara and Sasuke, and I haven't felt so much pain. Oniki rushed at Naruto, particle style, as he released the jutsu. Naruto merely held up his hand as he absorbed it. How are you alive? How can you regenerate your wounds like you're immortal? Oniki jumped back as Naruto got to his feet. As he extended his finger, I can also use natural chakra, Oniki. Naruto then blurred out of sight as he appeared in front of Oniki, who was still shocked. Naruto didn't touch Oniki, but the man looked at him as he was froze. Literally. It wasn't fear, there was just something holding him back. I was going to crush you back at my palace, but I have changed my mind, said Naruto, as an unbelievable amount of force crashed down on Oniki, sending him rocket down to the ground. Naruto then eyed the weapon for a second as it exploded, as he turned his attention back to Oniki once more. As Naruto descended to the ground, once he touched the ground, he started to walk slowly towards Oniki. A pity that your man have to watch you die. Universal pull, as Oniki was pulled towards Naruto's palm, as Naruto grabbed his neck and slammed him down into the ground with much force. As Oniki coughed up some blood, Naruto snapped his finger as a portal opened above Oniki, as a rod dropped out in his right shoulder, another in his left shoulder. As Oniki cried out in pain, as Naruto then snapped his fingers again, and 3 rods came down, one pierced right through his head, one pierced right through his heart, and one through his gut. This was troubling, Naruto said, as he watched Oniki breathe his last breath. As the barrier started to fade, Naruto looked up at the sky as his mans appeared beside him. Neo then spoke. This should send a message to any other nations that want to walk in the same path of Oniki. But should Kurosaki take charge, we won't have to fight this village again unless there's a rebellion, said Shinji. As Naruto looked around at the thousands of ninjas. Go, I will follow shortly. Yes, all of them said as they vanished. As Naruto looked over at Kurosaki, I should leave, he said, as Kurosaki gritted her teeth. Leave, or I will order all of my men to attack. Kurosaki, we can't allow this man to leave. He killed our comrades and killed Oniki. He shouldn't be allowed to leave, as many of them nodded in agreement. But some of them didn't want to fight, so they refused to say anything. Kurosaki glared at the man who spoke, as tears were running down her cheeks. My grandfather is dead. We have lost hundreds already. Don't you think that is enough? That man haven't even used his Susanoo. Do you think this village will survive if he go all Konoha on us? I am thinking of the best for the village, but if you want to, go ahead and start the first attack. I will follow you, and if we survive and this village stand, yes, that is an option. But if we all fail, I will make sure to mutilate you with my teeth. Naturally, the man cowered down as he didn't attack. As an envoy spoke, the third is gone. The best option is to allow him to leave right now, and don't waste any more life. Naruto simply turned his back as he started to walk away. As everyone gritted their teeth, he just came into their village and destroyed, and they couldn't do anything about it, as they just have to watch him walk away. As he didn't bother to teleport or anything like that, he walked straight through the main gates, showing them that none of them can do anything towards him. As he left the gate and his 4 comrades arrive. It's time to go, said Naruto as they nodded. But guys, I'm gonna be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on that bell notification if they posted. Remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also go ahead and check out what if Naruto was trained to be a mercenary, and what if Naruto missing for 4 years. And after this, I'm gonna be doing Naruto, the god of Shinobi, so stay in tune for that. But for now, I'm out of here. Peace and enjoy. Bye guys.